Hi. Thought I would film getting ready for a date. And also because it's cheaper than therapy to talk into a camera. Yeah, it's about to thunderstorm right now, so I'm really sorry if it sounds kind of crappy. But I'm also filming with an iPhone. So, I'm a broke college kid. And I have the Ho screen that's like really cracked. Yeah, I'm gonna do a makeup look and I'm gonna film it, and you can learn from it or not. I'm gonna try my hardest to make it educational. I just had my first day of college. Boy, am I in over my head. It's probably what everyone else is thinking, but yeah, I, instead of going to the counseling center, thought I'd sit down and film for you and cover up some acne spots that decided to show up today and wanted to go on my date with me. So, hopefully you can relate, and yeah, I'll be right back. Back with kind of clothes on. It's Goodwill flannel. I think every girl should have a Goodwill flannel. I can never have enough, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm going to prime my face. I was watching a Jaclyn Hill video and she said that your makeup's never gonna look as good if your skin doesn't look as good, and I was like, why would you say that? Because that crushes me in my dreams. But anyways, we're gonna pretend like my skin is perfect. It's not. Far from it. Got some really bad bags because I've pulled already an all-nighter. First day of college and I'm already screwing myself over. I'm gonna prime with my Tarte Double Duty Shape Tape primer. I'm almost out of it. And I'm going to act like I'm an actual beauty guru and put it on my face like how they do on Instagram. Alright, and I'm gonna rub that in, and I will see you for a foundation. Oh Lord, if my date watches this, okay, so had to go wet my beauty blender. Living in a city. Okay, so okay, all right, back to our face. So I'm gonna try and do something that will last, even though I'm doing this at 4 p.m. Want my makeup to stay on all day even though the entire day has passed. It's what happens when you wake up late. So I'm going to use the Tarte Double Duty other Shape Tape foundations. I got it after they extended their skin tones. It's in the shade 35N Medium Neutral. I'm starting to get pale again. And I see a lot of girls who fake tan. And I think I could never be good at that. I want to. But I'm not about to let somebody else do that either and see my naked body, because it's not really looking that too great right now. So I'm going to take 2 pumps. About 1.5 actually, just 1.5. Because actually the less the better, I realize, when putting foundation over top of any kind of acne. When I was younger, I used to try and just cake it on, girl. I caked it on because I thought the more acne it'd cover up. So actually what I do is I leave those spots like uncovered till like the last second. I don't know, just so it can breathe the longest. It probably does nothing for my skin, but yeah. So back to college life. Blend down your neck. Good Lord, blend down your neck. If your shade is too dark, blend down your neck. Boys will never notice, or girls. Okay, now that we're done blending and I have a blank canvas, I always blend over my lips too. I used to never, and I thought it looked hilarious on other people, but now I blend over my lips. And I think you should too, because it looks really, really pretty when you put a clear lip gloss over. You do kind of look like a 2000s bitch, but who doesn't want to look like a Bratz doll right now? I'm gonna use the Shape Tape Concealer because I don't know a single beauty guru that doesn't have Shape Tape Concealer. And my shade is medium. And I'm going to kick it on like I didn't sleep for 4 years, because I didn't in high school. The older I get, the probably less I'll put it on my skin. Like, the older I get, the less I'll probably put on. Just because it's really, really thick. So a tip that I learned from Manny MUA before he was canceled was to blend from the outside of your eyes in, because it kind of pushes it deeper into the wrinkles. I don't know if you have wrinkles under your eyes. I have the worst under eyes. They are dry, they are textured like shit, and they have like wrinkles already. I'm 18, about to be 19, and I already have wrinkles. There's nothing I can do about it, but I do. So I'm gonna blend from the outside in, and I'm gonna do that on both sides. So if you are watching this, I have a date to get ready for, and I just broke up with my last boyfriend. Wasn't pretty, wasn't very pretty. Saw him on the street today. Real cute, you know, I was looking real great, and he looked me up and down and laughed, and I kind of wanted to die inside. It happens. Yeah, so I started crying. It was real cute. Started crying on the street, and then I really just wanted to go and get fucked up. I didn't, because I had school the next day. I actually went to bed early. Early as in like midnight. But have you ever just like seen your ex on the street and it's like the entire like world around you is like on fire, like your chest is literally on fire? Yeah, I don't know when that feeling will go away, but we're gonna get cute and we're going to do my makeup and do some form of really shitty eyeshadow, but I'm still gonna try and teach. So I don't usually do cream contour, because typically that's where my acne is right on my cheeks, and so I find that when I do cream contour, it takes off some of the foundation product when I'm done. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder, and it is in the shade light medium for my under eyes. I kind of looked for like a banana tone, and also the reason I got this is because I watched Sebastian Williams' video on how Nikki Tutorials was being held captive. That had me geeked. Because genuinely, you can't be as successful as Nikki and not be like trapped in a contract by somebody. So I'm gonna dip my wet beauty blender in there just like that. And then typically, so it's not as dry when you have really fucking dry under eyes, I dab once on my hand and I get that excess off, and then again I go from the outside in, because it's sick. It pushes more product to like flatten out those wrinkles under my eye. And then what I like to do is I like to wipe the excess that I just wiped off my hand, because when you're a broke bitch, you use as much as you can wherever you can. And then I just do a little bit on my cheeks. I try and spread it out as much as I can. and then I squish the beauty blenders so it's thinner, and then I get in the crevices around my nose because a lot of product tends to bunch up there. We're gonna go a little bit on my forehead. We're gonna contour her later because she's not small. The powder is a little bit too light to powder my face, but I kind of really like that like whitewash of it when I take selfies with girlfriends. Speaking of girlfriends, I also set your lips. Trust me. I met these two amazing girls, and I hope they don't care that I use their names. Their names are Pasha and Elle, and they're just have you ever just met like new friends and it was like the first time you met them was destiny, then the second time too, and then the third, like every single time you meet them it's destiny, because none of it is planned. We met on an elevator on the way to a party. We met in the middle of a street. I live in a city, so there's no way that we didn't meet through destiny. Destiny's child. Alright, so time to bronze. I like to finish my face before my eyeshadow. We're not gonna do like a super glam look today. I am just gonna take care of my acne with my face, and then I want to show you how I use my liquid lipstick as my eyeshadow. I use this amazing bronzer. It's Physicians Formula, and it's their butter bronzer. It smells like that. Not Hollister. No. It smells like sunscreen, coconuts, vanilla. I hope my new boyfriend. It just smells so good. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it. The shade I'm gonna use is Deep Bronzer. Alright, so I'm gonna take my Ferro brush. This one doesn't have a grip, but it's still like really heavy. It feels really, really nice. So I'm going to circle a little bit in my bronzer and dust the excess off because don't want to look cakey. And I'm gonna start with my forehead because golly, she's not small. She's pretty average. Just, you know, want to hide like, I want to hide those wrinkles for when I'm crying or depressed, which is all the time. So, you know, like if you're depressed, like this video if you're bipolar like me, depressed, schizophrenic. I welcome all mental health cases here because I have most of them. So I just burped in the middle of that sentence. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? I do bronze my temples. Some girls save their temples to highlight. I find that it just kind of brings my face. I have a really round face. So when I bronze my temples, it kind of elongates, not that much. I'm not doing plastic surgery. I'm going to bronze the upper part of my cheek. I also like bringing it where my blush would go, just because honestly it's just a really pretty color. The bronzer is just really, really pretty. So we're gonna bronze our temples. I bronze right where that line in my neck goes. I like to bronze down it because it just elongates my neck. Not that I need a longer neck, good lord. But I bronze a lot right in this spot. I have a pretty okay jawline. I can look pretty dudish when I want to, which is most of the time. Guys just respond better when, yeah, well, probably when you're yourself. But for me, they only respond better when I'm like, stop, bruh. You go to that Ron John surf shop, bro. High tide, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think they get like intimidated by women. I get intimidated by women. I get intimidated by women so much. So my goal is to try and look as womanly as possible. Because if I can be intimidating, then maybe I won't suffer so much anxiety. Maybe people will stay away because people hurt you. Hence depression. Now, what I like to do. So, the name rubbed off, but the brand is the Beauty Crop. And it's in shade Tannerinis. And it's a deeper contour color. And I got it again in my Etsy subscription. Oh my god, I'm about to use one of my favorite brushes. It's not from Lime Crime. I got it in Germany. My sister actually got it for me, and just look at how pretty it is. Let's just like have a moment. Yes. I feel like Ariel. Like I feel like I have like mermaid makeup. My sister got me it and she was like, you better use this when you go to beauty school. Duh. Shout out to my sister Reagan if she's watching this. Why did you do college? Why am I in college? Okay. Back to self-doubt. Back to makeup. No more self-doubt. So, this brush is, I feel like more of a highlighter brush. It is kind of contoured for your cheekbones, but I feel like a lot of girls now use angled brushes for highlighter. I try my hardest not to put on that much product because it can look like mud real quick. I can look like a Powhatan boy real quick if I don't tap that excess off. And you can do it with like some tea in it too. You can do it with some motherfucking tea in it. Again, not that much. I even dip my brushes into my product with like the end of the handle. I'm gonna do my forehead now. And I do go into the temples with contour. Next, we're gonna do blush. Actually, that Real Techniques brush, that's like the giant face powder brush, I use for blush. Try and get in the habit of holding your brushes at the end of the handle because it doesn't push the product in so far to where you look like you have your pores are like the orange peel with foundation on them. So, I'm going to take Benefit's Rocketeer blush. I love their blushes. I have the Dallas one, I have their Hoola bronzer. I love the packaging of this. It's like a present that you get to open. And it does have shimmer in it. So, I'm going to push this in using the end of the handle again. Tap excess off. And I'm just gonna brush upwards. And I think of blush as like the glue between highlighter and bronzer, but I put my highlighter on after my bronzer, so it's like pop, pop, pop. Does anyone else call their dad Pops? I did it starting like 8th grade to make him feel old, and now like I feel like if I call him Dad, it's for a really weird reason, or I'm like just in an out-of-body experience. I feel like college has just been like an out-of-body experience at this point. I haven't really eaten real meals. I've had those breakfast quicks only. Um, I like nobody, no matter where I am. I try my hardest to introduce myself, but it doesn't really happen. All right, now we're gonna use highlighter. Back to the cool brush. I got another brush that my sister gave me, and again, we're just gonna give her a moment because she deserves it. I love that so much. I want like only brushes like this. I literally, that's my goal, is to have only brushes like this, so that way when I do makeup, like my collection can like impress people. All right, so since we're doing like a cranberry eye look, I'm going to use the pink shade in the Moonchild palette by Anastasia. I used to say Anastasia, and honey, that was embarrassing to any beauty guru ever, including Anastasia herself. So we're gonna use the pink heart shade in the palette. It's so pretty. Ignore that. I don't ignore it. So I love this brush for it. So people ditched the fan brush and started using more dome-shaped brushes. It's really circly, but I use it because it's really flimsy. You want a really, really flimsy brush. Another one of my favorite highlighter brushes is this one. You can tell the similarities in it. This one just has more bristles. All right. So this is gonna be pretty tricky because I have a spot right here. So what I'm gonna do instead of swiping, I'm going to dab my highlighter on. So that way none of the product underneath moves, it stays, and it keeps concealing that pimple. My nose! Alright, now we're gonna do eyebrows because as you can clearly see, I have none. Alright, so any angle brush, this one is Japanesque. I really do love their brushes. I also love their skincare line. That and Shiseido. Alright, I'm gonna use Milani's Dip Brow in shade Dark Brown. So this can go bad really quickly. I don't know if you were part of the James Charles Brick Brow gang when you first started doing your eyebrows. I sure was. I love leaving the foundation on underneath because I feel like whatever I put on top kind of sets it, and it sets the product in place. So I take the end of the handle and then I dip it in really, really lightly because it can get really dark really fast. I start from the middle and then I work my way to my tail. And then when I do the beginning of my brow, I really just flick. And I will be right back with them done. Alright, so brows are done. This is what they look like. You can actually see all the little bumps on my skin that I have. I'm not sure how to fix that. Time for eyeshadow. So I just discovered a couple of days ago that you can use liquid lipsticks as eyeshadow. Disclaimer, this can stain your eyes. It didn't bother my eyeballs, putting liquid lipstick on them, but it did stain them a bit. It just took a couple tries with like my towel to wipe it off. This is a CVS brand, like the Milani Dip Brow and bronzer that I have. It's the Cream Shop. It is amazing. I think they might be new. This is the shade Wine Not, like wine not, like I haven't ever had wine. Hi, Mom. Oh my god, I got fucked up and FaceTimed my mom. Nobody stopped me either around me. I was FaceTiming my mom, and everybody just got quiet. They were just like, she's done for. R.I.P. R.I.P. to the old you. Welcome to the new you. You're gonna get put in boarding school, and you're gonna get sent off to the military. So, R.I.P. No, my mom is kind of like my fun aunt, but also my mom. So, she didn't care that much. So, we're in the clear. Alright, so I go right into this. I don't use a transition shade whatsoever. We're gonna do one color and one color only, and that's kind of the smokiness of the look. So I'm gonna use a Real Techniques brush, and you can already see where I used it a couple days ago, how it stained the bristles. I'm gonna use their crease. It's really, really, really good for blending. Blending right into the crease and like moving product around. This one is really good for kind of dissipating the product. It's really, really dense. I don't know if you can see that. It's dome shaped. It's really, really dense, and it's very, very good for, again, like I said, kind of getting rid of product that you don't want there. I'm placing product like right above the crease. Yes, it looks crazy right now, but just wait till I have my bangs down and I look like really, really cute. Just wait. So I'm placing product kind of where I would be blending it. And then we're gonna put more on once it dries on the lid, so it's a deeper shadow on the lid and it's lighter in the crease. I've been trying this like inverse method of darker shadows on the lid and like a lighter transition color in the crease. And for me personally, it's opened my eyes up, like, because I have kind of small eyes. I just have a small face in general. I'm just kind of fuck with my face. I'm gonna blend it. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're just gonna make sure that product is put everywhere we want it to. So like I'm gonna fill that little gap in real quick. Alright, now I'm gonna take this, Real Techniques brush, and I am going to, I think it's their concealer brush actually. I might be tripping. No, it's the Deluxe Crease brush. I am tripping. Actually, I'm not. No, I'm not, Mom. So I'm going to go on the edge of where that color that I put meets my skin, and I'm gonna blend it up into my brows. I'm gonna blend it all the way up into my brows. And this is my really, really easy smoky eye. And I'm going to stop this time underneath the crease. Like last time I put it over top, but that was so we could blend. And yes, it would be really, really pretty as a glossy look, but if you put like Vaseline or gloss on your eyelids, it's just gonna crease. This time, I'm gonna take the Deluxe Crease brush and I'm going to push it in. I'm gonna push the crease in. And I'm not gonna touch my lash line. So I'm gonna leave that part really, really dark. I'm not gonna touch my lash line. Okay, so we have our cranberry smoky eye right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put mascara on real quick, and then I'll be back with lip gloss and some brow bone highlighter. Okay, so I'm back with my mascara. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm using real quick. It's the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. It looks like an actual telescope. And this is one of like my drugstore staples. So if you want your eyelashes to look really, really long, you need a brush that looks like that. Just a little tip. If you want the max amount of product on your lashes, start at the bottom and wiggle it up. That way it gets all the product like in between the little bristles. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back into that pink heart shade in the Moonchild palette, and I'm going to take favorite Eco Tools brow bone highlighter brush. That's what it looks like, but it's like really, really dense. I'm going to pack that pink shade into the brow bone. That's just one swipe. So, so good. And what I did actually to kind of create my own colors, I brought that liquid lipstick into the ridges of my nose, and then I put the pink heart on top. So it kind of created like a more purpley inner corner highlight, so it looks like I have more colors than I actually used. I only used 2 colors. So I'll be back with an outfit, and I will show you me officially ready for my date.